Supernanny Jo Frost reveals she has life-threatening medical condition. I have anaphylaxis, a life-threatening medical condition to certain foods that will compromise my body so horrifically to the point of hospitalization. Frost went on to explain that she wanted to share her experience in order to raise awareness about the condition. Absolute millions of my community around the world, children and adults, live cautiously and anxiously navigating this journey with not nearly enough compassion, education, and empathy from those who do not, she explained. Today, everyone will know someone or someone who knows of one with anaphylaxis. Anaphylaxis can occur within seconds or minutes of exposure to an allergen and causes the immune system to release a flood of chemicals that can cause patients to go into shock, meaning blood pressure drops suddenly and breathing becomes difficult. Per the Mayo Clinic, signs and symptoms include a rapid, weak pulse, a skin rash, nausea, and vomiting. Frost noted in her video that she wants other people to pay more attention to anaphylaxis patients, who must do a lot of their own work. I did not ask for it, and it does not define who I am and the impact that I make in the world daily, she said. But it does impact how I live my life daily, like the precautions I take, the energy I have to use to discern with hypervigilance whether you do know what you're talking about when you're in a restaurant or just winging it, because you can't be asked to go to the back of the kitchen and truly ask the chef. It means your "it may contain" labels are a consistent truth that you dodge accountability legally and put your greed before my safety. She continued, by the way, I speak on behalf of those who also have celiac disease too, because we are all not fatty eaters. I'm not looking to be treated special. I'm looking to be treated with the same dignity and attentiveness as you just showed others. Frost is best known for starring on the reality show Supernanny, which debuted on the UK's channel in 2004 before an American version premiered on ABC the following year. The US edition aired from and followed Frost as she helped parents learn new methods for raising and disciplining their unruly children. The show was briefly revived in "People told me I was good with children," Frost told People in 2020, explaining why she chose her career path. It was just always very natural for me to hold babies and be around children. It's just part of my DNA. Jo Frost, also known as television personality Jo Frost, had some words of advice for parents. She said all families need to hear her warning, as there's a habit that's causing chaos. The global television personality, who found fame on her Channel 4 show Supernanny, has been sharing "need to hear." While we all know that too much screen time is bad, Jo warned that the habit is something that can slowly take over our lives without us noticing. Instagram followers. Social media didn't barge into your home. It crept in drip by drip. And now it is quietly causing chaos. Not only are families no longer chatting properly or enjoying engaging dinners together, teenagers are now struggling with comparing their lives to those they see online. Jo added, teens live in a state of FOMO, fear of missing out, instead of JOHO, joy of hanging out. Parents scrolling past bedtime stories, past real connection, she said. And partners? They're strangers on the same sofa. We say it's not that bad, but our nervous systems are screaming, I can't take it anymore. Thankfully, though, there is a way to tackle this socially accepted vice. While it may feel uncomfortable not to be glued to our devices, being mindful about usage can make all the difference. However, Jo pointed out that the lack of interactions amongst family members isn't solely down the behavior of children. Parents scrolling past bedtime stories, past real connection, she said. And partners? They're strangers on the same sofa. We say it's not that bad, but our nervous systems are screaming, I can't take it anymore. According to Jo, the truth is the mobile phone has become this socially accepted vice, and we have become functioning social media addicts. Despite this, there is good news. The television star elaborated, we can change it if you care enough to try. Put down the phone. Talk. Listen. Feel awkward. Reconnect. Announced over the weekend, she's been diagnosed with anaphylaxis. I've survived more anaphylactic shocks than I'm prepared to go into detail about right now, Frost told fans in this interview. Jo Frost reveals that bedtime routines are important for children and parents to connect. In addition, children feel a sense of safety and security when bedtime is predictable. Suggests playing with children. One-on-one time with kids is an important time to connect. Not only that, children often need to learn how to play. So, turn off the screens, act silly, get on the floor, or dance around the kitchen. Your kids will love it. Plus, all that activity counts as exercise. I believe that's a 2-in-1. What's Jo Frost's favorite baby products? Jo has one she feels is the most valuable, the baby monitor. However, Jo suggests turning off the monitor and only listening for your baby's cries. By listening, we become more in tune with the wants and needs of our kids. Check out the rest of Jo Frost's interview and learn about the one piece of advice she has for parents struggling with self-doubt. It's good, but pretty much everything Supernanny Jo Frost says is good. It's raising a family and finding the balance between giving the attention and energy that rambunctious children need, but also providing for your family and making ends meet, and today that requires two people working with the circumstances and the climate out there. Was just at my wit's end at one point. I chose to have 4 children, I wanted a big family, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. This is my life. I wake up every day for these kids, and we just roll. You don't realize what things you're doing wrong until another person comes in and points them out. You sit back and say, wow, I should have been doing this, but I didn't know how to do it. Teen Mom OG star Mackenzie McKee recently got a phone call from the most famous nanny on TV, Supernanny star Jo Frost. After getting backlash for her parenting all season long, concerned viewers took matters into their own hands and contacted Jo about Mackenzie and her kids. Supernanny was a popular TV show that aired on ABC for several seasons and then later on Lifetime before being canceled. It starred Jo Frost, who traveled the country to help stressed-out parents struggling with problematic kids. Jo would spend time in the home observing the families and then help to fix the kids' behavioral issues. Now Jo wants to use her 30 years of professional experience to help the Teen Mom OG star and her family. The Teen Mom OG star caught a lot of flack this season for her children's behavior on TV. Most specifically her son Bronx, who's been acting out and was even held back from moving on to the next grade. After watching the show, fans grew concerned and contacted Supernanny Jo Frost, who then reached out to the MTV star, and Mackenzie opened up about this in a TikTok video. She continued, "If you guys see the messages I got from very concerned fans diagnosing Bronx with everything under the moon and sun, so it's just talked about a lot on this season. A lot of people are worried," added Mackenzie. So worried, in fact, that they contacted the only person they think can help Mackenzie and her family, and that's Supernanny. Me, told me to reach out to you. How can I help you? Like, I want to come to your house and help you. Mackenzie said she asked who was calling, and the person said, "Oh, I'm Jo Frost. I'm Jo Frost Supernanny. I thought it was a joke. I thought I was being punked. It was real," said the mom of 3. "I got a call because you guys are concerned about my son. I can't make this stuff up." Absolutely. If you're being offered help by Jo, your best decision is to accept the help. Many of us would jump at the chance. Don't let your ego get in the way of the opportunity to help your child as well as yourself thrive. Supernanny Jo Frost shares tips for telling a child someone they love has cancer. The global parenting expert shares her advice for mothers like Princess Kate.
5. At this difficult time.
The princess shared that signs of cancer had been detected following her planned abdominal surgery in January, which she is now receiving preventative chemotherapy to treat. Princess Kate, 42, said, "William and I have been doing everything we can to process and manage this privately for the sake of our young family. As you can imagine, this has taken time," she continued. "It has taken me time to recover from major surgery in order to start my treatment. But most importantly, it has taken us time to explain everything to George, Charlotte, and Louis in a way that is appropriate for them and to reassure them that I am going to be okay." Princess Kate also took the opportunity to acknowledge those watching who, like herself, have been affected by cancer. "At this time, I am also thinking of all those whose lives have been affected by cancer," the royal said. "For everyone facing this disease, in whatever form, please do not lose faith or hope. You are not alone." Sharing a special message following the mother of 3's diagnosis was global parenting expert, childcare specialist, and star of Supernanny Jo Frost. The shocking news of the Princess of Wales' cancer diagnosis no doubt stopped millions of families worldwide in their tracks today for a moment of reflection. either in regard to their own experiences of living with, battling personally through, or supporting someone with this undiscriminating disease. Jo said, "For every family, it is a circumstance of such heightened mixed emotions, a roller coaster you want to get off, and one bravely our Princess of Wales has brought more awareness to today in her message of hope and compassion regarding all living with," the parenting expert continued.